Next on the list is check hydraulic pressure. There's the hydraulic gauge. The hydraulic system in this aircraft provides power to the cowl flaps and to the brakes. So here you'll notice that we don't have any hydraulic pressure because the aircraft has been sitting for a long time. The system has an electric hydraulic pump that automatically keeps that hydraulic pressure between 600 and 800 pounds. Keeps it right in the green automatically, you don't have to worry about it. But for the system to work in automatic mode, it needs to have at least 200 pounds of pressure. There are two ways we can get 200 pounds of pressure. We can come over here to the co-pilot side and use our hydraulic hand pump. We can pump it here. Okay, now we're not going to be able to pump this thing up to 800 pounds by hand in any short amount of time. But you'll notice we've got a little bit of pressure there, maybe 50 pounds. Another way is simply to come over here and put the pump into manual mode until it reaches 200 pounds. And then once it hits 200 pounds, we let go of the switch and the system just takes care of itself. You don't have to do anything. Okay, now watch. I'm going to turn this on manual. It's a spring-loaded switch. Go. That's over 200 and we can let it go. Now the system is going to do its thing. Now look at the AC volts over to the left. Watch what happens when that pump turns off. That APU is provided almost 29 volts before that pump is on. Now watch when it turns off. See? There you go. And thanks to our trusty little APU in the back, we're taking better care of our batteries. Okay, back to the checklist. Check hydraulic pressure. Hydraulic pressure. Good. Okay, open cutoff switches for all engines. Safety latch up. Okay, set air filters to filtered position. Okay. They are on. You can tell by the amber lights. Set cabin heat to off or cold. Okay, this is the cabin heat control for heat throughout your aircraft. It goes from off to cold, which is fresh air, and as you move it forward towards the hot, you start heating that fresh air. And master ignition on. Now listen to the APU. See? I love things like that because it shows you, the pilot, all of these little things that are working under the hood. It all matters. Okay, engine starting, magnetos both, fuel boost on. And there's our fuel pressure. Watch what happens when you turn on the pump. There we go. Fuel pressure to engine 3. Mixture auto rich. Okay. Okay, open cowl flaps. Go. Thanks to good hydraulic pressure, they open pretty rapidly. Turbo to 0. Boom. Crack throttle. Propeller high RPM. And fire extinguisher to the engine we're going to start, which is number 3. Okay, we're going to start this engine. The B-17 is a combination inertia direct drive starter. So when we hit the start button, we're actually going to be engaging an inertia wheel. That wheel is going to spin up, and once that wheel reaches its optimal speed after 10-15 seconds, we'll hit the mesh switch, and that will engage that spinning wheel to the engine. It'll kick it over. If the energy from that wheel has bled down and the engine doesn't start, then the starter will be in direct drive mode, and you'll see the prop turning slowly. Okay, here we go. You can hear that APU again, doing a lot of good work for us and saving our batteries.
Clear prop.
Okay, let's let that thing spin up. Now we haven't primed the engine yet, because I just want you to see how this works. There we go. We've got our throttle cracked. Now the starter is directly cranking the engine. Okay. Let's give it some primer. Another shot. Watch that engine. Come on. Come on. Another shot. Keep priming it. Don't want to flood it. Here we go. Come on. Come on.
Engine 3 starting.
There you go.
Oil pressure is rising.
Okay, there we go. And you can see our vacuum systems. Our vacuum systems right there. Well, those gauges started wiggling. That's because the vacuum pump went on. All right, now all of our engines are started up. Now you notice the cowl flaps are not open for all the engines. We're going to come in here, and I am going to tell my co-pilot to take care of my engines, including the propellers. RPM,
Yes, Captain. They're all mine.
cowl, and intercooler. Now, there goes, whoop, the intercooler's going, and now he's, watch those cowl flaps. There he goes. He's opening them up, little by little. And he takes care of that stuff. If I want to manage it myself, I can. I just tell him to do it, and I can just kick back and enjoy flying the plane. Okay, I have just moved us to the runway to save some time here for the video. And we're about to take off. Now I just want you to see here how incredible this cabin is. Check that out. We've got a red light. That red light basically is telling us to lock our tail wheel.
Captain, warmed up, ready to go.
There we go. And, oh, we got some yellow lights here. You know what we did? Well, what we didn't do is we didn't load up oxygen. Now we're going to do a little cheat here. We're just going to load it up while we're on the runway. Now, bang. Okay. All right, we have oxygen, and our oxygen is showing. Oxygen is showing. It's full. Okay, takeoff is really easy in this aircraft. Our co-pilot has control over the prop pitch. All we have to do to take off and climb all the way to 30,000 feet. It's really simple. And this is what it's all about right here. Manifold pressure selector. Okay, so let's go through the motions here. Flaps up, cowl flaps 1/3. The co-pilot is taking care of that. Our trim is neutral, and oil temperature is good. Okay, all we do is we set the turbo to takeoff power, which can be as high as 8, but we'll set it to 7. 7 will give us about 42 inches, which is plenty. And that's going to take care of everything for us. So all we have to do, open throttle slowly and away we go, okay? So, let's put up the windows here. Here we go. Full throttle.
We're rolling.
That's our co-pilot calling out the speeds. Using our rudders to stay center.
80. 90. 100. Rotate.
We gently pull back.
120. 130.
Gear is coming up.